Good evening, people of YouTube. I realized that my channel lay dormant, so I contacted a friend and he said, you know what? You're a pretty interesting guy with an interesting life. You should tell some stories. You know what? That's not a bad idea. So today is the very first story time. Play the, probably Dark Souls soundtrack that I'm gonna put in. Also most likely Firelink. So I want to start this off with a character, a wonderful red-headed warrior that I met when I was in 5th grade. His name is Caden Atticus Knapmeyer. Full name. Just went by Atticus though. And he was a nuisance. Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. And just to make sure we're all on the same page here, I drew a nice little sketch of him. You're probably gonna see it like right there. Yeah, that's him. Looks just like him too. Holy shit, dude. I'm an artist. So I'm gonna start this around 4th grade. I think he transferred to my elementary school in 4th grade and didn't really know much about him. I heard his name though, and I heard that he was kind of a fucking wiener. It was one of those things where you hear a lot about somebody and you kind of know you probably shouldn't be near them, but it's kind of intriguing anyway, so you're like, should I be near this guy and face the consequences, or should I just, like, stay away from him? I stayed away from him for a year. And in 5th grade, he was in my class. He transferred into my class late and did not talk to anybody. He did not say a word. I was like, dude, I don't know why people are like bad-mouthing this guy. He's quiet. He's sitting there not doing anything. He would sit in the corner, do his work on his Chromebook, like you're supposed to. And one day, I was sitting in my math class, and he's across the room, like I never said a word to this guy. And teacher mentioned something about dice, the things that you gamble with, and he mentioned King Dice, blurted it out loud, probably like the 3rd thing I've ever heard him say. And I was like, oh, dude, King Dice from Cuphead? Oh, bro, we should be friends, like, right now. I love Cuphead. Cuphead came out literally that year. Yeah, it was September 2017. That's when I was in 5th grade. Wow. Sorry. Wow, that's a long time ago now. And that was, like, the basis of our friendship for, like, 2 months. I would sit by him during our own little personal free time. We would talk about Cuphead. The whole works. And this is where it gets shit. Because I have literally I've written down things right here about several things he has done that were just wonderful. Made me laugh. I have here, he's rude as fuck. I'm fairly certain he had Asperger's. I'm like 95% sure he had Asperger's. So, obviously, social cues and just being rude when it wasn't necessary, just didn't matter to him. He's the Atticus. Why the fuck would he care? I do remember specifically one time, we were in the hallway. It is one of our intermediate times. It's a bathroom break time. There you go. We're going to the bathroom. And one of the other teachers, not my teacher, comes up to us, probably heard him say something bad, and then we had class dojo, and so she said, this guy should lose 1 dojo point. Atticus, unfazed, rose up, said, make it 2. Why? Why are we making it 2? That was in my mind. And then she said, oh, make it 2, okay. Make him lose 2. Atticus broadened his shoulders, put up his shield, said, "Make it 3!" What's the play here? You did that! Granted, I was there. I was right behind him. Me and my homeboy Nathan, right next to him. Dude, I was in line fighting for my life trying not to laugh. Because I didn't want to lose a dojo point. God forbid. I would never. Not squeaky clean Cameron. Yeah, it was tough. I was really, I almost like ran out of breath. I was probably standing in line. Next up, same kind of premise. He was just arguing with my teacher one time, and he started kicking her. Time out, Atticus. You can be mean to other teachers, but not our teacher. Bro, she was chill as fuck. I loved my 5th grade teacher. So, like, why were you doing that? Once again, what was the play there? And the last one of this section, we were walking to lunch in a line, of course. He was the line leader, I was right behind him. And a group of special ed kids walk by. Nothing out of the ordinary to see here. Atticus says, "Welcome to where the wild things are." I laughed so hard, I could barely walk into the cafeteria. No one else heard him say that. Nobody. I thought I was losing my mind trying to, like, say this to other people. Monster beyond comprehension is what I put. Oh. We went to a nice little camp called Camp Carlisle. That was the 5th grade field trip. That was, like, the one that, like, everybody prepares you for because it's, like, the big field trip. And we were there for, like, 3 days, I think. Either, like, 2 or 3 days. And he did nothing wrong. Fucking miracle. He did not do shit. Except for the last hour. He almost made it. The last hour we were there, we were in the cafeteria, we were eating our lunch before we went home. And Atticus, Eureka! Genius plan. I'm gonna get everybody's drinks, and I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to drink that shit. Now, once again, what was the play? Why are we doing this? He does all this, and I wasn't next to him, but I had some informants next to him, and they said he was fine, stopped, literally just stopped, and then threw it all up onto his tray. Keeping it classy, Atticus, I see. The last thing we have here is when we did a 5th grade promotion dance, I would need to preface this right now. It was a promotion dance because where I live, school is separated into 3. It's kindergarten through 5th, then 6th to 8th, and then 9th to 12th. Then you graduate. So it was a big celebration. I'm going to middle school. Yay! And so the school made us dance. Bullshit. I hated every second of that. There's actually a recording of it that I don't have, that I didn't see, but other people saw. This recording is important because it caught Atticus doing something absolutely out of this fucking world. Apparently in this recording, Atticus jumped up, moved to the side, and then landed. Apparently Atticus levitated. How did you do that? There is no feasible way that a man, you know what? Thinking of this right now. Maybe he is superhuman. Maybe. Just maybe. What a fantastic guy Atticus was. He also I forgot to add this in. Also in our little group, he was the pioneer for mixing a ton of shit together and just making travesties at lunch. He always had this like sandwich, does not matter the sandwich. It was always in a bag. That's important. In this bag, we would donate literally anything, and he would just crunch it up. Oh, God forbid you put water in there. If it was water, it was a smoothie. Dude, it was nasty. One time, the aforementioned friend, Nathan, decided to see the brown sludge that was in there and said, huh, I think I should try that. I think that's a good idea to try that. He tried it. Did not spit it out. So, props to him. But he said he felt terrible for the next 2 hours. That must have been a very tough 2 hours. And then he fell off the face of the earth. I never saw Atticus ever again. He went to a completely different middle school, so obviously, I wasn't gonna see him after that. But it's like nobody ever talked about him, except for like one dude, and that was in high school. I thought he died until I got confirmation that he is alive from one of the other friends from like elementary school. Man, what a great guy. Anyways, I hope you had a great time watching this video. And I will see you maybe in the next story time, or whatever. Oh, also, make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that. I want to be a YouTuber at some point. Thank you!